Hey guys, welcome to Wednesdays with Whit. I am Whit Devereaux of whitdevereaux.com, and today I want to talk to you about setting an intention to strengthen your walk with God. Go ahead and tag someone who you know needs to hear this. Maybe they have been struggling with their relationship or their spiritual walk with God, trying to figure out ways that they can get closer to God, or just feeling like there's a disconnect or a void. And if that person is you, then I want you to get ready to take notes, because I always give you both practical tips and biblical strategies that you can use that will help you to actually apply what it is I'm talking about today. And then you can reference them later. So I'll give you a minute, just a minute, to go ahead and get your pen and paper ready. And then when you're ready, I want you to type "Go Whit" in the comments, and then we can get started. I'll take a sip of my water while I'm waiting on you guys. And also, I just started talking like you know who in the world I am. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name again is Whit Devereaux of whitdevereaux.com. I am an award-winning author. I don't know if you can see my banner back there, so I'm going to try to turn it. Boom. That's me, and that's my book, Whit Devereaux, Not By My Own. That is the book that I wrote, which won an award back in August of this year, August 23rd, 2018. I am a domestic violence advocate, as well as an advocate for parents of children with special needs. And I am a mentor to women impacted by abuse inside of Not By My Own community, as well as an empowerment speaker. So now that we are acquainted and you have your pen and your paper ready, let's go. I see the "Go Whit" in the comments. That means you're ready, and I'm ready too. All right. So in the month of October, you know that I was doing a 31-day live stream challenge over on my Facebook and Periscope pages. And it was about 31 days of overcoming and becoming one with God. And during that time, I gave you both scriptures that you could meditate on and journal about later, and that you could apply to whatever situation you were dealing with and needing to overcome. Every day we talked about different things. Well, from that, God gave me an idea to turn those audios into actual transcriptions, where I was able to create a manual or a journal, if you will, of overcoming. So some of the things that I shared on that 31-day challenge was how I was able to overcome abuse and the residual effects of it. Also, overcoming depression, anxiety. I am a big mental health advocate. I push that. I used to work in mental health. For years, I was the director of social services. I worked hands-on, and then I also made referrals to people who needed mental health services and wellness. So I talk about that a lot. If you don't know, now you know, okay? And then also how to overcome things like procrastination. In that same month, again, God gave me this idea, which I'll show you the manual. If you've been watching my Insta stories and you got a sneak peek, and definitely if you're on my email list, then you at least got to see the cover before everyone else did. And I'm just excited about that. But I had to take time away to actually go through the birthing process and make sure that I heard clearly from God, and I wasn't just moving on another witty idea. But it was actually something that God wanted me to do at that time. So during the month of November, I unplugged. I got away from excessive, fruitless scrolling on social media. Everything that I posted was pre-scheduled, and I just totally took that time to refocus, to reflect, and just to rest in God until I could get instructions from Him on how to proceed. So the first tip that I want to give you is to set an intention to spend time with God. I usually spend time with God when the kids are away. So they're away at school. That gives me time to have uninterrupted time with God. Sometimes I do it before bed. Sometimes I do it midday. Just really when it's a quiet time. Someone I was talking to earlier on Facebook Live said they were on break. Well, when I used to work in the office, then I did take my break time on occasion to spend time with God, to listen to my worship music, and I just really set an intention to spend time with God. So that's number one. Number two, I want you to set an intention or be intentional about resting in God until you hear clearly from Him on how to proceed. So we have our will and then we have God's will. If you're seeking to get closer to God, then you want to submit your will for His, right? So that way you could be, let's put it this way. It's a good plan to be in God's plan. It's a good plan to be in the will of God. It's a safer place than trying to do things on your own. It just works better. Trust me. When you try to do stuff by yourself, you get burnt out, you get overwhelmed, you get frustrated, you want to give up. But if you have God on your side, He will give you not only the vision, not only the tools, but He'll walk you through the process so you won't ever have to do it by yourself. And then number three, the third tip actually comes from the manual that God gave me to create, which is Overcoming and Becoming One with God, Walk with Him. And it's on page 13, which I'll flip to really quickly so I can read to you. And it's from the Bible verse, Habakkuk 2:2. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong, I always do. But in this manual, which is both available for digital or print on my website, whitdevereaux.com, you have your personal reflections. So here's the scripture. This is where you can write on these lines to have your personal reflection time. And you just really sit down and you write your vision and you present it to God. I actually spent time doing that yesterday as well. I had a full list of things that I want to do still in 2018 because we still got time. I know everybody is like ready for 2019, but hello, we still got time to finish strong. And I also put things that I wanted to continue to work on in 2019. Writing it down helps me to, number one, practice gratitude and thank God for how far He's brought me and how He's blessed me. It also helps me to see what I need to continue to do, to be consistent in, and then things that I may need to change going forward so that I can reach that goal. So to recap, 1, set an intention to spend time with God. 2, set an intention about resting in God until you hear from Him clearly on how to proceed. And then number 3, write the vision and present it to God. Again, this is an awesome tool that I highly encourage you all to get. You can, it's 30 days, it's a 30-day manual that will allow you to meditate on different scriptures, write your personal reflections, and in essence, present your ideas, your obstacles, your issues, your worries, your concerns with God. And it's something special about writing a letter to our Father, right? I pray aloud, of course, but as I share with the members and not by my own community, a lot of times my prayers are handwritten. They are handwritten letters to our Father because it's just something special about it, really. I told you all on a previous live I did months ago how I write love letters sometimes to me. And that's a way that I practice self-love. But writing a letter to God is like reverencing Him, honoring Him, and being a writer, hello, of course I love to write. So journaling is something that I believe is a good and healthy tool. That song that I tagged in my Insta stories from Casey called Journal, it's a perfect song to listen to as you have your Overcoming manual with you, the Journal to Overcoming. So make sure you go ahead and grab that. I'll come back every Wednesday here in IGTV for Wednesdays with Whit. So make sure that you are liking and following my pages everywhere at Whit Devereaux and also on my email list, whitdevereaux.com, so you always know what is going on ahead of everybody else. All right, so set an intention today, or in other words, be intentional so that you can finish strong. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye-bye.